And I saw how they become drug addicts and no one cares. Just get the job done. Let us get our money. And we don't care if you kill yourself.
Facts.
We don't care if you OD.
Facts.
We don't care. I collected my 10.
Jim. All right, so Jim Brewer. I remember him from Half Baked. That guy is hilarious. There's some people that have features that can just make you laugh. You know, just their character, their facial expressions, their mannerisms, right? This guy has that. This guy is hilarious. I've never really listened to his stand up. He started with stand up, and he ended up doing a very popular movie with Dave Chappelle, right? With Dave Chappelle, and it's called Half Baked, right? Not a movie that a underage person should be watching. Just to give you the heads up. James Brewer is an American stand-up comedian and actor. He was a cast member on Saturday Night Live from 1995 to 1998 and starred in the film Half Baked. There you go. And if you don't remember, if this is the movie right here, Half Baked. Yeah, hilarious with Dave Chappelle and there he is. Look how funny he looks. They're always high. They're always high in the movie, and they just do really dumb stuff. That's all it is, you know. So the reason I want to bring him up is because he actually has a YouTube channel, and he has 420,000 subscribers. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And he actually just gets on here and tells you the truth, basically on everything, including some of Hollywood's horrendous, immoral things that are happening in there, right? And it's not a let's say it's not something that anybody knows, right? Everybody knows that. Everybody already knows that Hollywood is dark, is immoral. The only bad thing about this is that they make it look like if it's a nice, peaceful place to be part of, right? There's certain organizations that you don't want to be part of, and he's one of them, right? He's one of them, and that's why you don't really see him. You actually don't really see him anywhere, you know, because he intentionally didn't make it part of his life, right? He intentionally didn't do that. So he lost a lot of money, right? He lost a lot of money and all that. But let's get into this video here. He knows he's been there, done that. He was part of the whole Hollywood scene. He's seen things. Now, again, it's already known that that's what Hollywood is, but people still till this day don't believe it. Everybody always is always fond upon actors and Hollywood stars and all that. But check out this clip right here. We have a 2-minute clip that we're going to be digesting, dissecting, uncovering, right? In order for us to understand what we're dealing with here, right? Because if we don't, it's gonna catch us. It's gonna catch us, and it can deceive us. And that's one main thing that I always teach a lot of people, and more importantly, my family, my wife and kids. I always teach them how to discern properly so that they may not be deceived into doing something immoral, sinful, so on and so on, right? So right here, we're going to start here. Here's where he tells us how it really was in the Hollywood scene, right? When you open up the curtains and see the backstage, the behind the scenes, because once a camera faces an actor or somebody from Hollywood, they put on a persona. They're actors. What do you expect? It's easy for them to fool us. That's dangerous, right? So if I really think about it, a very good actor is actually very dangerous because that actor can actually deceive a lot of people, and these people that are deceiving will get theirs. They'll face a consequence. It might not be here on this earth, but it will be in the hereafter, if you know what I mean, right? So let's check out this clip. It's a 2-minute clip, and then we'll go ahead and dissect it little by little. We'll chop it into little pieces. But look at what he says.
I could not believe the stars that would come in and what the public had no clue. That is the first time I saw where you have the public persona of all your favorite stars. Oh my God, this one's the greatest, and that one's the greatest, and this one's the greatest, this one. And then you see behind the curtain,
Right.
and you're like, oh wow, this is nothing how I was brought up. This is not how I grew up. This is not. Whoa, morals are just thrown out the window.
Wow. So morals just thrown out the window. I need to pause it there because I need to let you know that it's actually a 3-minute video. So stand by. I hope you're enjoying it so far. Pay attention, okay? Pay attention. And like I said, we're going to chop it up into pieces in a little bit. It's a 3-minute.
Everything's thrown out the window so one can get better than the other. And they'll do anything to get better. And then not only that, what I saw was nobody cares because there's a billion people they're gonna put to the forefront to become a star. And I watch it over and over, and I go, oh, I hope this one's gonna be all right. They got this one. It's only a matter of time before we see something with this one. And I saw how they become drug addicts, and no one cares. Just get the job done. Let us get our money, and we don't care if you kill yourself.
Thanks.
We don't care if you OD.
Thanks.
We don't care. I collected my 10. He collected his 20. He collected his $1 billion.
Industry. Yep.
And that was one of the most, I will use the word, and I try not to cry, traumatizing things I ever witnessed in my human existence. It was traumatizing. And that's when I started seeing, like, well.
And imagine, Jim, you started at the age you did. Imagine these people that started in Nickelodeon and in Disney at age 5, 6, 7.
And what I would see, Sasha, is the children that would come into SNL as just extras.
Yeah.
And their parents.
What parents? Yeah.
But I see it. Their parents, but even our society makes you think that's that is where you want to be.
Yeah.
And here's my child. I don't care if I'm not around them. Take their shirt off.
Yeah.
Put them in a sexy outfit.
Thanks.
Give them whatever drugs they need to learn the lines so I could be part of this.
Exactly.
I'm now important.
Exactly.
And that was horrifying to witness and just see with my own two eyes. The little kid getting groomed and his hair's cut a little, and the little kid talking and speaking a certain way so he could be. It was, bro. It was. So that was.
Wow. So there you have it. So the thing here is the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. That continually explains everything that's happening. You know, he said, as long as everybody's got their millions, their billions, they're good, you know. And this guy, it's awesome. That's why there's some amazing YouTube channels like this one that tells you the truth. That is the truth. That is the truth, what he's saying. And like I said, he could have been up there with the elite. He could have been up there super successful according to society, right? He could have gone a star on the Hollywood walk or whatever you call it, right? But he didn't. Did he? Did Dave Chappelle? That's a good question, right? Dave Chappelle, Hollywood star. Walk up. No, let me see. Stand-up comedian and actor Dave Chappelle is an honoree on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Yeah. Walk of Fame. Walk of Fame. I don't think so, right? Has he? Let me know in the comment section if he hasn't gone a star. Dave Chappelle. A lot of times we have AI Google now. Has Dave Chappelle received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? It would have came up by now. AI mode. Come on, AI. No, he hasn't. So, and probably because of the type of career that he has, because Dave Chappelle doesn't really make many movies. You know, he does a lot of just stand up performances like on Netflix. He has many stand up specials on Netflix. No, Dave Chappelle has not received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He was selected as part of the 2020 class of honorees, but the recipients have 2 years to schedule their star ceremonies. There's no public record of a star being placed. Wow. So it's been 5 years since he was honored. He was an honoree, but has not received it. And a lot of this can be dissected as well, making sure that, you know, what they're telling us is true and all that. But he hasn't either. Dave Chappelle is actually another true character, you know, true guy. He tells the truth. Not all of it. There's some that I put it this way. I believe Jim has more cojones to tell the truth than Dave, because he still does a lot of stand up for Netflix and all that. He'll tell the truth, but not to its entirety, you know. But let's go back to the video. So he said,
because there's a billion people they're gonna put to the forefront to become a star. And I watch it over and over and I go, oh, I hope this one's going to be all right. They got this one. It's only a matter of time before we see something with this one. And I saw how they become drug addicts and no one cares. Just get the job done. Let us get our money. And we don't care if you kill yourself.
Thanks.
We don't care if you OD.
Thanks.
We don't care. I collected my 10.
Wow. There you have it. So He was seeing it, and there's people that see it but don't care. That's the difference. Because I'm pretty sure the ones that got groomed, the ones that became very immoral and did some dumb, immoral, sinful stuff, like dark, evil stuff, they don't care. A lot of times they become desperate to become that high level of a successful person, right? So they don't care, whatever it takes. When you don't have God, it's open season, because now you're going to go based on your own understanding. Oh, well, I don't believe that's sinful. Hey, we're just having fun here. Hey, nothing happens after. So let's have fun right now. As long as I'm not hurting anybody. Right? This is just sexual or whatever. Nothing. There's nothing. Nothing happens. We're just, enjoying each other. Everything is spiritual. The Bible says that we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the spiritual host of wickedness. Spiritual hosts are unclean spirits, demons, so on and so on. Right?
Not believe the stars that would come in and what the public had no clue. That is the first time I saw where you have the public persona of all your favorite stars. Oh my God, this one's the greatest, and that one's the greatest, and this one's the greatest, this one. And then you see behind the curtain,
Right.
and you're like, oh wow, this is nothing how I was brought up. This is not how I grew up. This is not. Whoa, morals are just thrown out the window.
Yeah, he witnessed a lot of, and this guy can say a lot. Now, here's the thing with him. He hasn't been in the scene for a long time. You know, so I'm pretty sure once he was canceled, per se, like blacklisted, basically, you know, because the elite in Hollywood, once you are talking like this, you become a target, right? So what do? They tarnish your career. They don't give you no more roles. They blacklist you, right? They want to destroy you actually because you're gonna expose this, and he's doing it now. And like I said, it's been a long time. I think Half Baked came out in the 90s, 98. Half Baked came out in 98, so it's been 27 years, right? So now, Jim does he have a Netflix, Jim? I don't think so. Netflix. Does Jim Breuer have a Netflix special? Yes, Jim Breuer has had several specials on Netflix. This includes Jim Breuer, More Than Me. Look at that. So he does, but look at how long ago. Look at how long ago. 2010, 15 years ago. 2013, 12 years ago. 2020, 25 years ago. It's been a long time. And if you look at his YouTube channel now, the oldest YouTube video was 17. So in the beginning, he was just advertising his specials and all. So he's had his YouTube channel for a long time. For him to only have 420K, that's nothing. And for him to have done the type of work that he's done to massive amount of audience, that's nothing. But as you can see in the beginning, he was just kind of, doing it. Look at promoting his stand-up and stuff like that. Let's see if Half Baked came out in 98, so he started his YouTube channel after, because Half Baked was 27 years ago. His first video in here was 17 years ago. So this is, let me see, 27. Oof. 10 years after he did Half Baked, he opened up this YouTube channel. Right. So he had popularity in the beginning. Look at 203K. Right, back in the day. Look at his stand-up. He got millions of views on this stand-up one. And it's only a 3-minute clip. Millions of views, and he only has 400 and something K. So, he's been on YouTube for a long time, but let's see where he's at now. So, latest Um, his views are actually pretty decent. They kind of go up and down, because right here, look at his stand up is what gets the most views. This one right here, hog hunting from a helicopter. 2 weeks ago, 140K. Right? But then he goes into another one, only 49K in 13 days. So these these live reporting ones, just reaction videos right here, is Michelle Obama a man type of deal. 122K. I was betrayed. This is actually a high edited video right here. I watched it the other day, and he probably has he has a staff working for him by now, and this is a very high edited video if you watch it, which is good. It's good quality. Look at, we have animation, we have look at that. So it got a 400K, right? 400K. So and now this recent one is this one 6 days ago. Yankees fans won't admit this. You're talking about the Yankees. So, what's his most popular one? His comedy special, an hour 6, full comedy special. Jim Breuer. Hope I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. I apologize if I don't. Somebody had to say it. 3.2 million 3 years ago, not that long ago. Man. He should be having more subscribers. So that's the latest, oldest. And now what he's doing is he's telling the truth. And I think he's gonna do it more often. Depending, what he wants to do with his channel. It's hard. Some of this stuff is not easy to do, and you actually lose viewership because you're going against what the world thinks is right. Culture. Right? So
everything's thrown out the window so one can get better than the other, and they'll do anything to get better. And then not only that, what I saw was nobody cares because there's a billion people they're gonna put to the forefront to become a star, and I watch it over and over.
Nickelodeon and in Disney at age 5, 6, 7.
And what I would see, Sasha, is the children that would come into SNL as just extras.
Yeah.
And their parents.
What parents? Yeah.
But I see it. Their parents, but even our society makes you think that's that is where you want to be.
Yep.
And here's my child. I don't care if I'm not around them. Sure, put the.
Yeah, those kind of parents right there are evil. The love of money. The love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. All kinds. Not just evil, all kinds of evil there. So there's a lot of different types of evil around here. That one is insane. It's insane. So if you're not careful, if you're not content with such things as you have, you'll get desperate. And if you don't have God, it's over. It's over. You will be deceived. You will be doing things that are immoral. You will be destroyed mentally, physically, spiritually, over and over.
Take their shirt off, put them in a sexy outfit, give them whatever drugs they need to learn the lines so I can be part of this.
Exactly.
I'm now important.
Exactly.
And that was horrifying to witness and just see with my own two eyes. The little kid getting groomed and his hair's cut and the little kid talking and speaking a certain way so he could be. So that would.
Yeah. So there you have it right there, man. Be very careful out there. Keep your eyes open. We cannot do anything without God. So get right with God. because we need to be able to see these things, and not only see this, but then we need strength to be able to overcome these things, because if we don't have discernment, although we know, it can still take us down because we can be deceived, right? Don't let the enemy lie to you. Don't be deceived. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you on the next video.